It is Wednesday of week 12 of marathon prep, and this is how I structure a weekday when I've got a double training day. Not gonna lie, I was definitely still half asleep when I filmed that intro, but nailed some peanut butter, jam and honey rice cakes, and I'm raring to go now. So Wednesdays are typically my most taxing training day because it's when I'll have a interval workout in the morning, and then leg day in the evening. So yeah, pretty heavy day, but because today is a deload week, and I'm trying to rest my shins a bit, rather than doing a run, I am just going to the gym and going on the bike for an hour 20. So yeah, so driving to the gym now, hour 20 on the bike, but normally I'd be doing some sort of interval workout, which will take a similar duration, maybe slightly shorter. And so it's about 5:40 now. It's about half an hour after I've woken up. And the annoying thing about kind of this stage of prep, when kind of training runs begin to get longer or like take longer, is in the mornings it's pretty much non-stop if I want to get to work on time. So it's like wake up at 5:10, and then straight downstairs, straight eating some food, straight to the gym or straight outside to run, get home, straight in the shower, straight to work, and there's no real room for any slippage, which isn't very sustainable, but I think it's okay just for a few more weeks, 4 more weeks. Wow, that sounds scary. All right, well, yeah, so it's not a very it's very tightly packed morning and day, to be fair, but I can get onto that later on. So yeah, at the gym now, 1 hour 20 on the bike, got an energy gel to have after about an hour, and then yeah, I'll see you when I'm done. So, an hour 20 on the bike done. That was extremely boring. Didn't film anything, as nothing was worth filming. I was just on a bike for 80 minutes. It does feel good when you finish a workout like that, when you know it's boring and it's just crap like the whole time, really. But then you leave and you're kind of quite proud that you've stuck with it. So yeah, it's, what time is it? 7:10 now. On my way back from the gym. Would like to leave for work in half an hour, so it'll be get home, quick jump in the ice bath, quick jump in the shower, get some food down me, and then leave. So super quick turnaround. Yeah, I'm not sure what the ice bath's going to be like. It's weird considering we're 2 days away from November, and it honestly like hasn't been that cold yet, which is good in general because I don't like the cold as much as I do the heat. But yeah, bad for the ice bath because it's just outside, isn't it? So it's temperature of the water is proportional to the temperature outside. So yeah, hop in there, get a shower, get dressed, get some eggs down me, and then head off for the commute to work. I really hope this isn't as unflattering of an angle as I think it is. But we are on the way to work. It was not as quick of a turnaround as I hoped for. I was hoping to leave at around 7:45. Didn't end up leaving till 8, so about 15 minutes behind where I want to be, but it's alright. I'm not going to be late as such for work. But yeah, it's a little bit infuriating sometimes this stage of prep when your morning workouts are getting longer and longer. So it either means you have to get up earlier to still leave for work at the same time, or get up at the same time and just accept the fact you're going to be leaving a little bit later for work. And that's the kind of issue with such a tightly packed training schedule, which is, like I said, fairly unsustainable long term. But for the short term, when I've only got 4 weeks of prep left, I'm just going to put up with it. But yeah, it's very full on in the mornings when I do have a workout, and there's no really room for any slippage in time, which isn't really best practice. But yeah, I don't see any alternative really. I mean, other than waking up even earlier, but I already wake up at just after 5, and I think any earlier that starts getting unsustainable. Because if you wake up earlier, you've got to go to bed earlier, and then before you know it, you're going to bed at like 8:30, 8 o'clock, just so you can wake up even earlier to get your workout in, so you can leave for work on time. So you've got to weigh it up really when you're scheduling. And for me, at the moment, I don't want to wake up any earlier than 5. So when I do have a longer workout in the morning, I've just got to accept the fact I'm going to be leaving a bit later for work. Speaking of, almost there. Normally, on my commute to the office, I'll stick on an audio Spanish lesson, trying to brush up on it a bit before Valencia. So yeah, that's what I've normally got on. Obviously paused that to record this quick video. And yeah, I'll talk to you in about 8 hours. So nearly 9 hours later, back on the way home from work, nearly home. It's 5:15, and the plan is get home in about 5 minutes. You guessed it, quick turnaround, get changed, have something to eat, and get out and smash leg day. I'm hoping you can still see me. It's pretty dark. It's not a fun time driving back from work in the dark now that the hour's gone back, but it is what it is. It's also a different camera angle now, because I had the camera mount on the driver's side door this morning on the way to work, and then I had an epiphany during the day. I was thinking, why not just put the mount on the passenger side door? Isn't that a good idea? So yeah, that's why you're over there. So yeah, nearly home, get in, quick turnaround, smash leg day, and then I'll report back. So just on the way back from the gym now, had a quick turnaround, be the usual workout, do some accessory work for glutes and adductors, then do calves, hamstrings, quads, and that'll be it. It's just gone 5:30 now, hoping to be done by 6:30, so about an hour to do that. Fingers crossed I can squeeze it in. I'm just trying to prioritise sleep at this point in prep, and the later I get back from the gym, the later the whole evening gets pushed back, which then means I'm later to bed, and then if I still want to wake up at the same time, I lose out on sleep. So yeah, hopefully smash this workout in an hour. Yeah, see what happens. Leg day done, just got home. Didn't film any of leg day apart from one set because it was rush hour at the gym and it was so busy, and there was no chance I was trying to record everything. So I recorded one set of split squats, but that was it. So I said I wanted to be finished by 6:30. It's now 7, It was a little bit longer than I wanted, and I also had to stop off at Sainsbury's. Yeah, and I'll talk about this a bit later, but with these double training days being so tightly packed, if you are a bit longer at the gym, there's no room for that, and it inevitably does push everything back a bit more. So yeah, I mean, I'll talk more about that in depth and my thoughts about a tightly packed schedule after. But yeah, leg day done, it was fine. Nothing to report really. So that's the double training day done, I guess. Biking in the morning because it's a deload week, legs in the evening, and then now it's just have tea, meal prep for tomorrow, and then see how much time I've got left before I need to go to bed. So I think that's everything I wanted to say now, and yeah, I will see you after I've cooked. It's nearly 8:15 and I've finished everything I want to get done of an evening, which is pretty much just eat dinner and meal prep for the next day, just breakfast and lunch. And if you think back to this morning, I wake up at just gone 5 a.m. every morning. So if I want to get 8 hours of sleep, that means that I've got to aim to kind of be asleep for around 9ish. And with the time being, yeah, as I said, 8:15, that's only really 45 minutes to have a bit of an evening, I guess. And then once you factor in kind of winding down and no screens, etc., it really doesn't leave much time at all to do anything. And it goes back to what I was saying earlier, I think on a couple of occasions, is my scheduling at the moment is so tightly packed, it leaves no time for anything else really. So, you know, you can think back to this morning, like I said, it was wake up, out to the gym, back, out to work, back, out to the gym, back, cook and meal prep. And then now it's 45 minutes before I'm going to be asleep. So, yeah, like I said, like I have said countless times, this is kind of unsustainable, and you know, pretty much not having an evening isn't that fun, to be honest. Like, it's nice to be able to do things, even if it's just like chilling or editing a video. But days like this, where it's a double training day and I'm in office, it's pretty much no free time. But that's a kind of sacrifice, I guess, that I'm willing to make at this point in prep to just make sure I get all my training in. Now, I feel like this kind of video and what I'm saying is very much a case of do as I say and not as I do, because I've said this is unsustainable and it's not really best practice to have such a jam-packed schedule on a double training day. But I do it anyway. And like I said, it's just a trade-off. And for me, I know this is probably only for the next 4 weeks until the marathon's over. And then I can rethink my training and begin to think about a more accessible and sustainable. That seems to be the buzzword this video: sustainable, unsustainable. Think about a more sustainable plan, because yes, I'm fine not really having an evening for the duration of this marathon training block, but long term it's not really healthy, both kind of physically, mentally, socially, all of the above. And I think one thing I've kind of learned from my own training scheduling and just life scheduling, and from what I've heard other people say, is to expect the unexpected. And you can apply that to many different kind of avenues of life, whether it be this, training, or daily planning, or your finances. But applying this to planning your workout sessions throughout the day, today there's been no room for any time slippage at all. You know, it has literally been non-stop. Now imagine if I was late getting to the gym, or there was traffic getting back from work, or I had to do something on my way back from the gym. Yes, I went to Sainsbury's, but that wasn't that big of a deal because it doesn't take long. But if anything big kind of happens, the whole daily plan's out the window. Do you know what I mean? And that is a sign of a very fragile plan, and not a very good plan, to be quite frank, where if one kind of inconvenience or unexpected thing happens, the whole day just kind of falls apart. And yeah, so it is a hallmark of a bad plan. So I think the trick is, like I said, do as I say, not as I do. I think the trick is when you're planning is to allow yourself time for the unexpected things in life to happen. And it doesn't even have to be a big deal. But, you know, today it took me half an hour to get home from work. Imagine if there's traffic and it takes me an hour. Then ultimately that means that rather than making this clip now at 8:15, I make it half an hour later at 8:45, which then means I don't go to bed until 9:30, and then I'm not getting as much sleep as I want, and then that had a knock-on effect. So I really can't stress enough about, don't fully pack your day. And yeah, I mean, like I said, that doesn't even have to be in training. It can be with to-do lists and what you want to get done in a day. If what you want to get done in a day requires you to be non-stop getting things done and ticking things off, then you're asking for trouble, really. Just pull it back a bit, and it makes it more achievable, more sustainable, and then that kind of encourages a positive cycle mindset, as opposed to, you know, if you have a to-do list that's so jam-packed, some minor inconvenience happens and you can't get a few things done, and then you're thinking, oh, I haven't got this done, I'm a terrible person, like, I'm worthless, I've got to do it tomorrow instead, and it's just negative. But if you'd just pulled back a bit on the to-do list, gave yourself that breathing room, not planned to do as much, then when you do get all that stuff done, it's great, and you don't feel those negative kind of emotions, or you feel them less anyway. So yeah, that's been today, double training day when I'm in the office. I think the key takeaway is it's very jam-packed, and I'm aware that most of the videos or most of the clips today have just been me in my car driving to and from work, to and from the gym. I mean, I'm just sat there on my bed, it's not that exciting, but that's kind of the point. Training, especially marathon training and double training days, and when it's winter and it's dark, sometimes it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's not all cool stuff, doing this, doing that, it's great. There are days, which is kind of most days for me, where nothing happens and it is just a boring day, and you've just got to show up to the gym, to work, back to the gym, and just get things done. And it's not all fancy, and it is, most of your day is just spent driving, gym, driving, and then work all day, and then you drive back, and then you drive to the gym, and then you drive back home, and then you cook, and then you've got half an hour, 45 minutes to do what you want, and then you sleep. That's just the name of the game. And yeah, especially when it is such a jam-packed schedule, you can't afford to do like exciting things, which is another bad thing about days like today, because I don't have time to do anything else. And yes, marathon training is my priority at the moment, so I don't mind, say, turning opportunities down to focus on training. But long term, that is such a bad thing, really. But now we're getting into priorities and everything, which is a different kind of video. But yeah, key takeaways: double training day. It's boring. At the moment, it's a very tightly packed schedule for me, which is bad. Don't do that. But that's just it, and it's not going to be forever. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Honestly, the reason why I made this is because I'm struggling for different video ideas week in, week out, and I haven't done something like this yet, so I thought I'd give it a try. Like I said, I'm aware it's probably quite boring, nothing really happens. Most of the video is just going to be me sat in my car talking, but that's a reflection of what my training's like at the moment, and just showing up and yeah, getting over the line. So that's it for week 12, deload week, just on the bike, and yeah, hopefully in week 13 we'll be back to running pain free, and yeah, who knows what type of video next week will be, but we'll see. Thanks for watching.